Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Micro Macro Farm. It's a small little incremental farming game. Kind of reminds me of the roguelikes that I've played recently, where you're specifically planting resources, using them to like gain new structures and improve them into something else. I don't know. We have a well. I'm not sure why I actually had to water that, but I'm not going to question it. Maybe it's one of those that's... Oh... That probably... Of course, the well doesn't... It's not a sprinkler. What am I thinking? Sorry. Not exactly an awake boy right now. I've been staying up way too late playing through the Final Fantasy games, and it's messing with my alertness. I don't know. I'm still on vacation mode. That's why I'm going to be playing some random stuff for a little while. Oh, the plans animate. That's really nice, actually. The beginning of every year for me is always just kind of this I want to say chill nothing zone, where not a whole lot has come out. You know, most of the new releases are either games that came out right before Christmas, like this one came out on the 20th, which, like, I almost never would recommend developers release their games on or around Christmas, or specifically any of the major Steam sales, because it's very easy for them to just get buried and missed forever. But the developer was kind enough to send me an email like a day or two ago, and I was like, yeah, sure, I got some time to check this out. Let's see what I can do with it. This music is maybe a little intense for this, but whatever. I need to download some more music. But yeah, like I was saying, oh, can I? I can just refill on the well. Got it. There's not much going on at the beginning of every year, and also usually in June, and so I'm kind of strapped for new things to cover. So it's just kind of like, okay, let's see what's in my inbox that I want to cover, and let's also see what's you know, games that I've missed over the years. And so I've just been slowly grabbing loads and loads of different games that at some point I'm going to turn into videos in various forms. I just have to be, I don't exactly say bold enough to do so, but some of the games are definitely like a little out there as far as my usual genre. Oops. Oh, I can move the well around. That's useful. Okay, so I have a stone mill. But first and foremost, we want to go in here and deliver the wheat. So it wants blueberries and tomatoes. And we also have a ton of wheat sitting around. To some degree, it's probably better that I wait for orders than selling things directly. Okay, so one way or another, blueberries, tomatoes. Oh, do we not have any? Oh, well, we can do tomatoes. I guess I'm gonna do wheat as well. Because we can't do blueberries yet. I should see if there's an easy way for me to cycle my tools. Watering can. E interacts with things. Yeah, if I can figure out how to access the watering tool quickly, that might be a good idea. Now, I could actually say no to both of these. I'm just going to say no to both. So we want to make flour. Okay, here we go. So here's where that stone mill actually is going to come in handy. And I'm just going to plant something random there. I don't know, let's start planting a turnip. There's no reason not to. Oh good, I can just click and hold. Oh, you can see water level at the top. I'm sure somebody noticed that. So I guess I don't need to be nearly as aggressive about these. I'm going to turn the sound effect volume down. It's a Wanderbot video. Oh, dark mode? Dark mode. Let's see what that looks like. Well, that's kind of nice. The white bar at the top's still a little bright, but whatever. I'm a dark mode kind of guy. I'm going to assume a lot of people are, judging by reactions to some games that are maybe a little too bright. Okay, well, speaking of the stone mill, Let's rearrange. Oh, here we go. Can I set the amount? No. But I can let it go. At the very least. And let's just fill in a bunch of these. But so, I guess part of the whole vacation mode thing is I'm also just trying to record a little bit less. You know, spend some time just chilling, relaxing, not thinking too hard about what I'm up to. Oh, you can also see the growing amount up there. That's nice. Hopefully we get some level of automation because I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. Okay, let's keep planting those. Ah, we've leveled up, so that probably gets us some extra seeds. So wants bread. We might be able to do that now. Oven, stone mill. Okay, how much does it cost for some land? 10 coins. Oh, that's not bad in the slightest. Okay, what is this? Weed. Take the shovel to it. Ah, there we go. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to planting wheat while we're here, seeing as we're gonna need an amount of it. And you know what? I'm gonna pick this up and move this over here just so a lot of my factory stuff is slightly separated out. Okay, I think actually in retrospect these tomatoes are done. Oh, but the tomatoes are a multi-grow kind of thing. So I might actually be able to get a bunch out of those. Makes sense. And yeah, what I should probably do at some point is actually make a announcement video of sorts. But I always feel weird about announcement videos with no, like... Oh, I have like no money. We'll have to wait. I mean, we don't have to. Is that salad? Is that... Oh, I can just plant salad. Fair enough. Alright, let's just plant a couple of those. Water everything up. Do pear blueberries. Couple of salad. I'll have to expand things as I go along here. I'm just gonna spread it around. Okay, this is selling me, actually. I'm really enjoying this. So it looks like you can only get, like, a couple of... Can I move a plant? No. You can only get a couple of harvests out of a tomato plant, but that's fine. I'll plant a couple more. At some point I'll organize these, but for now I'm just trying to do my best with what I've got. Oh, is the turnip ready? It is. Looks like salad is a pretty quick grow. I'm just gonna kind of plant a little bit of everything with the, I don't want to say the express purpose, the express expectation that it's going to be necessary. Hopefully we can get sprinklers, though. Because me and holding down buttons for long periods of time don't generally agree. Okay. Oh. So I need 3 flour. Okay. Well, do we want to be lazy? Get another one of these? Never mind, we're poor. I've got an amount of stuff sitting around. It's not a huge amount. Which is why I want to scale this up a little bit. But yeah, announcement videos always feel like I need to do something special. Kind of in the lead up to them, rather than, let's see. Rather than just saying like, hey, here's the thing. You know, like, I need to put together some kind of game plan. But knowing me, I'm always kind of bad at game plans. There's just so much going on and so much I want to do that it's very difficult to commit to anything. Long term in a consistent manner. Like, one of my, like, biggest bucket list things that I want to do is a, let's see. I really want to do some kind of, like, video game book club, and I tried starting it previously, but it required me to play through a game in reasonably short order, and then come up with a good video on it. And what ended up happening was I think we collectively voted to do Hollow Knight, and it got like a decent amount of participation. But like right in the middle of that, I moved across the country, and so by the time I was like supposed to be working on these things, I was like packing and unpacking my my house effectively, and that quickly became unsustainable in a rough way. Where's that sugar? Oh, probably turnips in a grinder. I'll have to see if I can keep doing that. Let's just keep planting the wheat though, at least for now. Because I'm going to assume we generally need like a little bit of everything here. These done? Yeah. A little hard to tell. Not like too much. Oh, we also have cucumbers and zucchinis. No more berries though. And yeah, there's the fermentation. I could just skip a lot of these requests, but I think at least at the moment, I'm just gonna take them as they come. Question, can you make sugar? Yes. However, I need sugar root. Oh. So it's not the turnips. That makes sense. Sugar root is a separate thing. Well. Start planting those. Not like it takes too much time. But so, one of the other things I kind of hope to do this year, and maybe this is where the announcement video is for, is to kind of say like, hey, I'm going to be covering slightly less games so I can do more interesting things. Not to say that, like, what I do is strictly boring. I need 3 bread. Oh gosh. Can I tell it to do more? No. Okay. We might actually need to worry about this a little bit. So I'm gonna need more of those sugar roots. Oh, but I'm out of money. I'm gonna be out of money until we get the salad. Oh, but we're only gonna get 2 salad. Or are we? We might actually get more than that. Nope, that's only 2. I could sell some of these. I've got a lot of tomatoes. But I've also got the bread. Okay, let's just make the bread and take this under advisement that I need to actually plan and plant around some of these things. Because yeah, I don't quite want to sell my crops. Actually, is this even really strictly worth it? The sugar is. The bread might be. The salad actually just is not. Because these sell for 3 a pop. So yeah, we might want to actually just do some basic cash cropping in a bit. Especially because the bread's going to take a while. Okay, let's sell a bunch of tomatoes. There we go, that gets me some money. Let's do like 6 down to 6 blueberries. I'll leave the wheat, because the wheat can be... Can it be upcycled? Yes. I think, because it's... Yeah, so... Turning it into flour gives it an extra... 2 value, and then I'm assuming turning it in, getting bread is even... That might actually only give, like, 1 extra value, so it's a lot of time spent to produce a product that is probably worth it? Okay, let's just refill. I think I might actually kill the sound effects even more. I don't know, there's something about bloopity bloopity bloop endlessly that's gonna drive me mad. Okay, so 13 for bread. 3 of these. Wait, yeah, these orders don't do anything. They just give you extra EXP, I think. Also, silly as it sounds, I think bread is actually worse financially. So, flour sells for 6 a pop. So it has a value, a base value of 18. Bread has a base value of 13. but it takes 3 flour to make. So it actually would be better for me to just plant a ton of wheat and turn it into flour and skip the bread step entirely. I'll have to see about sugar. I think sugar might actually be more useful. And I think maybe it's because bread can be used for like sandwiches and is going to be worth it beyond that. Let's just get some more sugar roots down. Keep going with that. Do I still have money? Yeah, I'm gonna get another stone mill. Because we want these to be going. That's a cucumber. Oh, I was supposed to be planting salad. Whatever. We'll get to it in a bit. Here's a question. Does this change? Oh no. Okay, it gets rid of the sound effect. You know what? I think I'm fine. Sometimes sound effects just don't need to be heard. And I think that's one that I'm kind of cool with not hearing generally. Okay. So I've leveled up. So now we've got a sprinkler. T1. So I'm sure it probably just sprinkles everything in the immediate vicinity. What I'll probably do is move a bunch of these machines in a little while. Move them over here, put a sprinkler in between. Maybe even move the well so I can get another sprinkler. Because watering is by and far the most, I don't want to say intensive thing that I do, but it's uncomfortable. Okay, did we get the last of the bread? We did. So we can turn this in at the very least for a bunch of EXP. Just 2 wheats. Yeah, so it doesn't get you extra money. It just pushes you in a direction for reasons. So I could actually just completely ignore these things. You know, that's weirdly freeing. To find out that the requests are not any more worthwhile than the actual thing. Now let's take a look. Sugar roots are worth 4. However, if we turn them into sugar, it's going to take a minute. So it costs 8 to make sugar. Let's see. Do we extend 11 coins? Really only 11? Huh. Wonder if it actually gets cheaper. Or maybe because this land has all these weeds. Now here's the question. Okay, cannot move them while they're like that. It's fine. Get a sprinkler tier 1. Okay, so sprinkler tier 1 is in a cross pattern. It wouldn't let me leave. All right. So in that case, let's just get a couple more sugar roots and then just call that good enough for a little while. Yeah, so we'll have to figure out when we can get T2. Okay, the salads are coming. Let's keep making sugar for a bit. So here's the question. Sugar's value is 15. So that's a way better price growth. Blueberry muffin, though, that might be worth it. Okay, so I think all we need is some sugar. Okay, so blueberries, so it requires 2 flour, 2 blueberries, and 1 sugar. So 12, 18. Yeah, so the markup on a blueberry, oh wait, no. Well, I gotta think on that one. Okay, so 18. It's 33? It's 33 for the core components of a blueberry muffin. Because each flour is 6. The blueberries together are 6, so that's 18. Sugar is 15. So blueberry muffin should be worth at least 33 to be worthwhile. I'm starting to actually question this. I'm wondering if I'd be better off just going for Uber factory farm with like a ton of sugar and nothing else. Okay. Other immediate problem is, do we want to buy that for 13 coins? Yes. Oh, the salads are done. Let's see. What do we have now? A wooden fence, a beehive. Okay, so beehives need flowers. Then we also have the fermenter, which I haven't tried putting down yet. Let's see, how long does that? 2 minutes. I mean, it's fine. Okay, sugar roots are ready. And yeah, I should still keep making this sugar. Alright, get rid of the weeds. Unless the weeds turn into flowers, that is a possibility. Let's see. Go back here. We know sugar has a very good price conversion rate. So I'm just going to set up another one of those. And then, can I just move? Oh, I can just move the fields. So we can restructure this whole thing kind of at our leisure. Let's see. Do I just get another one of those down? Yeah. And then I'm going to sell 2 sugar to make the money back so I can actually get something else planted. I'll probably just get those down. Okay. Move you here. Move you here. My farm might look a little eldritch. Huh. Oh. Interesting. So I have to actually use the sprinkler. Well, what are our orders anyway? Just for the sake of it. Let's get some tomatoes down. And then, I don't know, a couple of cukes? A couple of cukes. I'll have to manually water those. But that's okay. Let's see. I guess I should process the rest of the wheat over. Okay, so we've got a blueberry muffin. Its value is 28. Why do things lose value? Like, actual honest question, why do things lose value when I process them? It's not that bad, but it's confusing because it means that this isn't worth it. Like, processing it up one level gets me money. Processing it up from like sugar beet to actual sugar, that's where the money is. But going up to muffin should add even more value considering you're losing out on even more time. But the fact that it's actually gone down in value is questionable. I'm sure this is probably something that's going to get fixed, or there's a specific reason for it. Maybe the entire point is the extra EXP for turning this in is worthwhile. Which is possible. You know, that at this point I'm not... Let's see. I'm not buying I'm not making the muffins for my own strict benefit. I'm getting the muffins... Oh, I have no money. 1 second. Let's see. What do we have? Sell some sugar? I'll just sell the sugar. Because we can always get more. Chances are what I should do is actually just buy a bunch of these mills. And maybe even look into fermentation. Get one of those down just to see what I can get. Let's see. Do we want to do onions? Kind of. Sure. Let's do some potatoes first for no other reason than because I can. Oh right, why am I even watering areas where it's meaningless to do so? Okay, so how much is a fermenter? Okay, it's 20. Yes, I'll give that a shot. We'll see if I can ferment some random things. We still haven't found flowers. Maybe I need the weeds for that. Okay. Tomatoes. Refill. I guess I should probably keep watering the cukes. Just because. I knew somebody that did not like them being called cukes, and that always amused me. So tomatoes are worth 2. We don't know how much potatoes are worth, but I think the raw ingredients ones are worth it. But I think anything that requires processed or heavily processed materials might not be. Okay, I'm just gonna sell those. We're gonna buy a fermenter and one more of these stone mills. I'll start working on some flour. So what can I do? So we can make blueberry jam. So it's got to be worth at least 24. Oh, I need some more blueberries. We're getting pretty close to getting them. Okay, and that levels me up. Oh, but I think that's the first time it didn't actually unlock anything new. Huh. All right. Let's see, the potatoes are getting to be done growing. Cucumbers, vaguely worth it. Okay, let's keep making that sugar. Grab another muffin. Make another muffin. Okay, now I should be able to ferment some blueberry jam. Sure. So yeah, blueberry jam's got to be worth at least 24. Unless my math is like horribly and heinously wrong, which I don't think it is. And like if it is, please tell me. I would actually like to know so I can not be heinously wrong. And who knows, maybe in a later version of this, it will be considerably more, I don't know, wouldn't say organized. Let's see, what do we have? You know what? I'm just going to sell the flour. Because we know flour is worth it. I just wish I could tell them to, like, make so much more. Okay. Do you start doing zucchinis? Sure. Kind of my goal here is to just build up a large supply of kind of whatever. Because inherently we're going to need it anyway. Okay. So I can turn these in. They're good for the EXP. It's just this. Okay, so we've unlocked radishes and corn. Alright, let's see. Do we have any other spots? Kind of. Okay, radish, corn. Let's start with the radishes. If there was a way where I could grab the sugar beet and then immediately replace it with more sugar beet, that'd be actually kind of nice. Okay, so it wants sauerkraut. Probably in the fermenter. would be my guess. Okay. Do corn. See how those go. And yeah, we still haven't figured out... let's see. We still haven't figured out flowers for the beehive. So either that's something I plant... Okay, fermenter, blueberry jam. Is worth it. So it gains a value of 9. It's... Yeah, it's worth the money. Or at least the time investment. Okay, finally we can turn that in. And, like, okay, that is a lot of EXP. I'll give it that. Stove. Okay. Let's see, which of these are done? I do kind of wish that there was like an overt check mark for some of these. As my farm gets bigger, it's going to be harder, I think, to spot some of this stuff. Let's get some more blueberries down because I think we're going to need them. Let's see. I don't know, salad? We're probably not going to need much for salads, but you never know. Yeah, do I keep expanding this? Probably. What can I make on the stove? So we can make a veggie... We can make tomato sauce and a veggie dish. But I'm gonna need zucchini. Let's start with the tomato sauce. Just to see what that gets me. Because I think tomatoes have a value of 2. So maybe using the stove is like a big value add. Okay. There's the zucchinis. I like the ones that actually have multiple outputs. Those are kind of nice. We haven't found anything that wants carrots yet, which is a surprise. Actually, almost out of sugar beets. We'll have to go back to farming them. What about the oven? Anything new? No. At least not currently. But we also know that the oven is not actually that good, so... it might just get exiled for a while until we have a quest that's like, yes, make this thing. And then it'll be worth it. I guess all things considered. Buy more land. Because I think what we want to do is get more sprinklers and soil and just keep planting everything. I know we already have some corn growing, but... why not? And then I should start working on the sugar beets. I'm going to leave these weeds here for a bit. Out of the small possibility that we get flowers out of these weeds. Oh. Okay, the zucchinis are done. Get a couple of carrots down just for the sake of it. I'm looking forward to getting the next tier of sprinkler, though. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you want sugar root and salad. Okay, so let's take a look at this tomato sauce. Value is 10. So, value add 4, it's not bad, but it takes 4 minutes to make, which is a little tough. Whereas this one's gonna have, what? 2 plus... I don't remember... Okay, 2 plus 4 plus 3. So, has to have at least a 9 cost. Make some muffins, sugar roots, and salads. We can have the salads done? Yeah, salads are done. I might just replant some more. Oh, we're out of money for a bit. Turn that in. Question, sauerkraut? No, we don't know how to make sauerkraut. I could tell it no, but I think it's fine. Okay, and there's the well. Needs more. Okay, I think the carrots are done. No, they're not. They look almost done. It's a little hard to tell. It'd be nice if they had like a little bit of like a white outline rather than a thick dark one. But maybe that's just a me thing. And now that I'm paying attention, like, it's obvious enough. I don't need to be this much of a stickler. Get more radishes down. Onions? I don't know. This one's almost done as well. And yeah, we should keep the sugar beets going. Oh. Until we run it, until we find out that I'm completely out of money, at which point, oh, whoops. Flour. And then back to the sugar. Back to the sugar mill. Let's see. Yeah, what this game needs is conveyor belts. I want to be able to have auto threshers to a conveyor belt, to endless sugar farms, to an endless selling system. I'm going to move this. I think it's about time that we refill and maybe look into getting some more fields. Of course, I'm almost out of money, but let's just rectify that. Frankly, I think what I should do is just get a bunch of sugar roots. Okay, so this was... Okay, so veggie dish is actually super worth it. It's a double value add. Oh, I should get some cukes. I think we're kind of low on those. Okay, first and foremost, let's take a look. Sprinkler T2, expensive, but probably good. I think I'm gonna leave this setup and just make a new one. I'll just plant a bunch. Let's see. Hopefully there are better stone mills later on, or some comparable product. Or device. Let's see. Because I still think sugar is probably one of the better value adds. Like I said, the sugar beets value is 4, but the end result is 15. It's not quite a doubled value add, but it's up there. We should get some more zucchini. Corn is ready. Because I think what we want to do is probably just keep outputting these. Very slowly. Like, that is the one unfortunate part. Is that a lot of these are quite time consuming. Okay, let's just get a bunch of sugar roots too. And out of money again. And this is why I bought all the extra sugar. Okay, so we also have rosemary. Pricey little plant. And then sugar roots. And then onions? Onions. Okay. It won't automatically switch. That's unfortunate. Oh, is that rye? And then we have oil. Okay, so we're unlocking some new recipes that I haven't toyed with yet. Anything that goes into the stone grinder is generally worth it for me. Boy, by the end of this, I'm just going to have to be sitting here with a watering pail just to keep all my crops watered. Hopefully there's an upgrade that gets around this. Okay. Sell all of it. Clean it up. I don't know what rearranging it actually is gonna do for me here. 22 coins. So the weeds do not get us flowers. So what's the point of the beehive then? Wait, small idea. I'm just gonna plant some... All right. I'm just gonna plant some soil here and just leave it. We'll see if an empty field grows flowers. It strikes me as unlikely, but you never know. Because I was hoping it would be something that the weeds would actually output. Okay. This is quickly becoming unmanageable. I mean, the money is great, but there's so much stuff I have to manage, and I have to do it entirely through mass clicking. Oh, we can also make onion soup. Let's see about the onion soup value add. Yeah, even in just a basic hotkey. On some of this would be nice. Okay, so we have cabbages, rye, and sunflowers. So I might want to poke at some of those in a bit. But I was going to come over here, buy another one of these, sell a bunch of the sugar. Take a look at our requests. Okay, so it wants rye. That's fair. And yeah, I can't get any more of these. So it looks like, yeah, that probably just goes in a circle around it. Which is entirely acceptable. Wait, oh, we gave up our last wheat for a quest objective. Shoot. I'll plant another one then. I like keeping even amounts because it's more comfortable for me. Okay, I don't think we can actually do anything with any of those because I need my sugar beets. Yeah, hopefully there's some kind of auto harvester later. I'm going to be in trouble. So many of these are growing so much faster than I can possibly harvest. Or at least between everything else that I need to manage. Oh, out of money. 1 second. I'll keep like 2 around for quest objectives. And like, in retrospect, a lot of my griping about just being overloaded, very first world problems. I mean, this whole video game is a first world problem. Like, I don't know. I've definitely seen that as a like counter to people like me griping about like small things or big things, and it's just like, well, it could be so much worse, and it's like, yeah, it could be. It's still a small problem for me. What am I gonna do? Not complain about it? Okay, so what do we do at the moment? Unfortunately, we're getting a little overwhelmed in options. And so I think my easiest answer is to just go hard on a couple of these. Let's see, do I have enough money? So I think I might want to get another one of these sprinklers down. They're just so much tidier. I think that's also it. It'll be way easier for me to specifically pick one crop per one of these. So like, I'd hate to give up all of these T1 sprinklers that I've just been using. But I think it's going to be practical for me to do that. Okay, let's just get our wheat handled while we wait. Okay, so this was onion soup. Value add -1. So onion soup, very much not worth it. Okay. Fill this back up again so the sprinklers keep working. Just gonna fill this with... At some point we'll have to find flowers. Right? I don't know. Maybe we won't. And nice part is sugar beets have good value add, and they grow pretty fast, so I can go kind of nuts with them. But we might want to just leave it for a bit, and then replace our fields with the higher tier sprinklers. I'm sure there's going to be a T3. I'm just not sure if I'm going to use them. Barrel. Oh, I don't have enough money. 1 second. Let's see. It's a lot of muffins. I mean, I could. It takes 2 minutes, though. No. Get that business out of there. Wants beer now. Okay. I'm just going to pick up a lot of this stuff, and we'll move it around in a moment. I don't know what I'm going to do with the old sprinklers. Maybe nothing? Okay. And it's clear flowers aren't... We still don't know where flowers are. Maybe I'll get the seeds for them. Okay. I think we'll just sell all that spare sugar, which, speaking of, I should be making more of. And there might be another tier of sprinkler after this that I should consider going for. And I might. Okay, so what's the value add on rye? Because it costs 4 to plant, but I think we gain 3. Do we? I had 8. Okay, it costs 4 to put rye down. I'll have to pay attention to that. Okay, so I have 8 sunflowers. How many seeds do I get? $32. Okay. So it's worth it. At least somewhat there. Refill on this. I'm just going to keep moving things around for a bit. It'll just make my life so much more comfortable if I have well-organized and specific fields that aren't mixed together. Huh, look at that. We actually had just enough without me having to buy more for 4 of these. Okay, so tomato and onion soup. Value of 15. Costs... Okay, value out of 2. Popcorn and veggie soup. Let's try making both. I'm just gonna get rid of all the sugar. Okay, so rye. Value 3, and for 2 we can get... Okay, so that's a value out of 4. So that is worth it. Probably. Oh, sauerkraut. Requires cabbage. Of course it requires cabbage. Let's see, where... Donde es the cabbage? Well, I haven't, I've done that in a while. Let's see. Do we want to just sell the tomato soup and the onion soup? Yeah, we might have quests for them. But I think our goal should be to just get as many sugar beets down for now. Recoup some of our... Oh, wait, no. Holy smokes, I have a lot of sugar beets that I have not processed. I did go kind of nuts with them for a bit. Okay, what about... So, oil has to have a value proposition... Oh, gosh. Value proposition of at least 12. Let's just go back to making the veggie dishes. Okay, so we just made popcorn. Why? That's so bad, though. I didn't check how much this required to make popcorn. But it's an actual value loss. Okay, let's start making some rye bread just to take a look. Yeah, some of these maybe aren't going to be worth it. It's interesting navigating this because it feels like somebody armed with a just a spreadsheet could really rip this game apart in a fascinating manner. So rye flour is worth 10 on its own. Rye bread has to be worth at least double that, give or take. Or something to that extent. Okay, so how much rye? I have 4. So let's see how much I gain after harvesting 8 rye. 16, so each is 2. Sells for 3, so it's a value add of 2 purely from the seed perspective. I think it's going to be worth it. Probably. So let's finish this up. Let's take a look at a couple more of these value adds, and then we'll call it here. Because I rather enjoy this game. I think it's cool. I love the idea of a turn. It's effectively, I mean, it's real time, but it's an incremental game where every single one of these crops could have taken like 30 minutes to grow, but instead they're like a couple minutes tops. And you have so many different things that are going on simultaneously that it doesn't really feel like you're just waiting. There is an amount of waiting, but it's just like, okay, I finished planting the crops, time to move over and take a look at this thing, and rye bread is value add 0. Yeah, the rye flour is 2, the rye bread is 20. I mean, it makes sense, but it's not particularly interesting. It's, I think, one of the longer lasting issues with this game is just that a lot of the potential value adds that are present are, they don't scale. And so you spend a lot of time making rye bread when it doesn't help you. And it's, you know, ultimately, I don't know if rye bread needs to specifically be like a huge value add, but it's a little odd that it doesn't, because it makes it so you only want to produce anything for the order board if it's actually specifically ordered of you. And maybe that makes sense, because it does kind of make sense in its own like weird way. The idea of like, hey, oh gosh, I have a lot. It makes sense in a weird way because people are more likely to want to buy the raw resource from you than the actual thing. Maybe? I guess as a farmer, probably. I can make hops now so we can get beer. Yeah, I'm just gonna slowly scale out a couple of these. I should find something that's only worth 3? No, I don't have enough money. I should sell more. Oh, what's the oil? Okay, so oil has a value proposition, like a value add of 8. It's vaguely worth it. Oh, wow. No, I guess rye still takes a little while to make. Sugar is still by and far the most valuable product, and the more I'm thinking about this, the more I kind of realize, like, of course these things have different value adds. You know, for a lot of people, Let's see. We can make rosemary fries. Ooh, that sounds really good. Make another one of these. For a lot of these, like, yeah, people want to buy sugar. Of course, sugar is like a huge cash crop, and organizing your entire setup around that idea makes a lot of sense. Let's just sell all the sugar. It does feel like there's a couple of odd ones, like popcorn. Popcorn is a little odd. And maybe if it was one of those where I could actually do something with the popcorn, beyond just having it be popcorn, I think that wouldn't be too bad. Let's see. Do we want to just do more corn? Sure. Now that I have enough money. Let's see, I don't know if we need more. Let's see. I don't know if we need more of those. Let's get these down. Let's see. Okay. Like if you could turn popcorn into kettle corn or something like that, or mess around with a more like sales level of shifting some of the price values on these things, I think could actually be kind of neat in terms of making the game interesting. That was a decent amount. We still got to make beer, and I've got to make a bunch of tomato soup, which is not worth it except for the EXP gained from making it. So I guess that's worth it in and of itself. Sort of. Okay, good. And I have a lot of money. So I can get this last sprinkler down. I think I'm not going to extend beyond that, at least until I can figure out a more consistent way of getting water. I think I'm going to just get rid of these. Yeah, it doesn't give me money, but I'm worried that they're part of the reason that's why I'm losing water here, because we're just endlessly outputting water up in this general direction. And we still haven't figured out flowers. Like, it's got to be something I've either missed or it's just not in the game yet. Because I don't... Oh yeah, let's try rice for a bit. Just pick up a little bit of everything just because. I don't know. I think there's a lot of different ways that this could go that I think would be really cool. The big one for me would just be more automation. Having to come back and like keep redoing these so it's sugar this time. It's sugar again. It's sugar again. It's rye flour now. Being able to have like kind of quotas or automation within that would actually make my life much easier. Just so I'm not spending all of my time clicking on the next thing. Same thing with harvesting. You know, if I could specifically have like little drones or critters or abilities that say, you know, lets me harvest things without putting a whole lot of time or energy into it. Let's pick up a beer barrel while we're here. Because what can I make? Yeah, 3 hops for a beer. Unfortunately, it's going to take 5 minutes for me to make that. So yeah, that's not going to show up in this video. But as far as like small little incremental games go, this is actually one of my favorite that I've played in recent memory. Mostly owing to the fact that it is so seamless and active. You know, a lot of incremental games, you set it up and then you just wait for a long time. And you have very, very little to do with the moment-to-moment gameplay. And you're just waiting for your results to come about. And because of how these games are designed, it usually takes, you know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, half an hour, or longer. Recently, there was Norp, which seemed like an idle game, but then you play it and you're like, oh, no, this is anything but. In fact, sitting and waiting does nothing for you, because if you're not constantly making progress, it's because your build is bad and you need to start over. And I thought that was really cool. And it's one of those where it feels like a lot of incremental games need to learn that lesson, that I think there is value in games that are purely idle, but I don't think it's as valuable as a lot of people think. And maybe that's just me. Maybe idle games are more popular than I care to admit, and I'm just the wrong one. But it feels like this genre is intensely constrained by the idea that you have to play these games completely inactively, just leave it on another monitor, come back 6 hours later. Like, that's fun and all, but it'd be kind of nice. Well, it's kind of nice when you have the games where you can actually much more actively get in there and poke at things and move and adjust. And I am out of cabbages. I'll have to get some more. I'm out of rye flour too? How'd that happen? Okay, let's take a look at a couple of these. So rosemary fries, not worth it. Not in the slightest. Or did I get 2? I might have gotten 2 out of that, so maybe it's a little bit more worth it. Sauerkraut actually seems like it is. And once again, I think somebody armed with a good spreadsheet will probably be able to do, well, I don't want to say untold harm to this game because that's not really how it works. But could probably crack open a considerable portion of it and do quite well for themselves. I mean, obviously it doesn't really matter. You can play this game entirely off of vibes, but it is interesting to run into games that are intensely solvable. I'm still hoping there are more techs, but it doesn't seem like I'm unlocking anything new at this point. Or at least I'm unlocking new things very slowly. And so, still would love to have like automated ovens. Maybe even like a thing that says, it's 3 corn. Corn has a value of 4, by the way, to create popcorn, which has a value of 3. Like, I don't know. I think some of these need to be adjusted just for the sake of what's the point of having them. So I need tomato soup, I need beer, and I need sauerkraut. Those are the 3. Oh, that's what I'm making. Tomato soup. Speaking of, I need more tomatoes. And then we got a refill on the water. There we go. I definitely would love to be able to automate refueling the water after a certain point. It's not bad, but it feels a little weird that my sprinkler system has to be manually refilled, sort of. Anywho, so I guess I should mention that Micro Macro Farm is available on Steam now. It came out right before Christmas, so a lot of people missed it, but it's $3, which is an insanely low price for, honestly, one of the better little incremental games I've ever played, and one of the better farm sims. It would be kind of neat if it had the roguelike power-ups, you know, every level. Sure, you unlock some new tech, but you maybe get some kind of bonus. Like, all of your popcorn can now be combined with sugar to make caramel corn, and that's worth a lot of money. And then some other things? I don't know. Not everything needs to be a roguelike, but it does feel like there's some stuff you can do, where there's some stuff in roguelikes that would actually make the make non-roguelike games feel a lot better. Maybe. Anyway. So, with all of that said, if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know, and if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But with that, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.